What's up, everybody? You are tuning into a new episode of Ask Cashflow Kris. My name is Cashflow Kris. I'm the guy that your investment advisor doesn't want you to know about, because we are always providing so much value. We're always providing better investments for you, and so that's what we do. So this is another episode of Ask Cashflow Kris. So I wanted to get started here and start from our last post. So we had a question come in at the very end, and that question was, where are we at? How much should I make on a good flip? So we're going to start talking about that today. If you have questions, go ahead and drop them live. I got the computer set up right here, so we can answer any questions that you have live. This is just going to be about a 5 or 10 minute episode, so you're going to have time to put it in. So let's get started. To figure out what you're going to make on a flip, that's the question. How much should I make on a good flip? That answer is always going to be changing, and it's going to depend on each person as well. What's your market like? What kind of money do you want to make? What's the price level of your market? So a lot of things are going to go into that scenario. But in any case, there's two numbers that are really important when you're doing a fix and flip. The number one question is the ARV. What is it worth fixed up? That's the number one number that you have to have. And the second number is what are the repairs? How much is it going to cost to fix it? As long as you have those two numbers, it's just a math equation. So the variables that are going to come in from there is, how much do you want to make? How much risk do you want to take? Versus reward. Are you going to do all the work yourself and you're okay with making a little skinny deal, or are you only going to make it if you can make six figures? That's something that each person has to figure out. So I'll just go by what my mentor taught me is 30% profit margin. So what is that 30% makeup? So she wants to make 20% profit. So if you're selling a $100,000 property, you're going to make you're taking 30% away. 10% of that is going to go towards holding and selling costs, and then 20% of that should be your profit margin. So that's where I was always at when I first started. So let's go over the numbers there. Let's talk about what that looks like. So the 100,000, 30% is what you're going to take. So you're going to say minus 30% is 30K, right? So the very first thing you need to know is ARV. What's it worth fixed up? It's worth $100,000 fixed up. So then you take away 30%, which in this case would be an actual $30,000, and then you have your second most expense, your second most important number, which is repairs. What's it going to cost to repair? Let's just say it's 20,000. So minus repair, right? So $20,000 off that. So 50,000 is your maximum amount that you can pay for that property. So like I said, when I first started, 30% was my number. That was a nice big number that was pretty easily attainable because the market wasn't that hot. When I first started, we were in 2011, 2012 when I started flipping full time, and it was really easy to find a deal. We would be we would be putting multiple offers on bank-owned properties. I mean, finding a deal was not an issue at all. So we could be at minus 35, minus 40% sometimes if we wanted to. But like I said, your market's also going to matter a lot. So when you're in a slower market, let's just say it's a buyer's market and it's hard to sell a property, you may want to be at minus 35%. You're going to want to change those things. Sorry, I just had a phone call. What can you make on a flip? Well, you should be making around 15 to 20%. Right now, personally, we do minus 25% in our market because Phoenix is a hot market. If we try to do minus 30% minus repairs, we usually wouldn't get any deals. Everybody else is paying more. So we brought it down to 25%. So we're looking for about a 15% margin on our properties. And then I guess as it goes up, a lot of times people are going to want to reduce that amount because you're making, oh, I'm okay with 60, 70,000, but you got to remember there's a lot more risk. It costs a lot to sell $1 million property. It costs a lot to make those types of repairs because there's a lot more expected on a higher end property. So that doesn't look like we have any other questions right now. Lori, thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. So if you're seeing this after the live viewing, drop your questions and we will answer those in another episode of Ask Cashflow Kris. Thanks for showing up, and I'll talk to you guys next time.